Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me again today, and I am still going to be continuing today on this video with my sewing for my skirt, for my Victorian vintage reconstruction skirt, cartridge skirt. And I have been wanting to create this video a little bit earlier and make this video on time for last week, but unfortunately I've just been so busy. I haven't had enough time and it's been very difficult just finding the time really. So better late than never. Here is the video. This is what I've been up to. This is what I've been doing this week. Since the last video, I've just been carrying on really with the hemming of this lovely skirt that I cannot wait to finish. But as with all things like this, it takes time. So this is what I love about sewing, is that it really does slow time down, and it makes you realize that things that are worth doing do take time, but they are extremely rewarding. And this is what I love so much about creating things. And I do want to just clarify a little bit, make it clear that I make these videos, I have my channel because it is so creative for me to do the filming, the editing, and the sharing of my content. I love to share the things that I'm currently doing, that I'm passionate about. And there's just something very, very satisfying and enjoyable about sharing. And I really love that. So, you know, thank you for anyone who subscribes to my channel, who comments, who enjoys these videos. Whatever I get up to, there's always something new, something different that I'm doing. You know, I might be visiting chateaus, I might be at home doing things at home and doing home improvements, and currently I'm now learning to sew. So I am a beginner, and but I do love the whole process of learning new things. I love to do the things do things that I've always wanted to do, that I've dreamt of doing, and sewing is one of those things. I do have family members who have been dressmakers. I grew up around my grandma, who my nan used to sew all the time. She did it professionally, and it's something I've always loved. And I love period dramas. I love all the costumes. I just love the way all the Victorian clothes move, the movement of the fabrics and the puffed sleeves, the pleating, all the different textures of materials that we used, and that we just don't find in today's modern world as much. People just don't seem to dress in the same way and enjoy all these different sewing techniques, all these different tailoring patterns, and having fun with shapes and movements. But I just love learning. I love the process of learning, and the showing that you can do something, the achievement that you show yourself, you're proving to yourself that you can do things that you didn't think you could do. So I just want to also make a point that these sewing videos that I'm currently making and sharing with you, they are not videos of sew along with me, follow my sewing instructions, create this with me. It's not meant for these purposes. This is simply enjoyment purposes, maybe to motivate people who have been thinking of learning a new skill, creating something themselves, and picking up your sewing needle and getting your thread and choosing a beautiful material that inspires you, and to create something beautiful and to just go for it, really. This is really a video that I hope will inspire people a little and motivate them and help in any way, just to not procrastinate about these things, because these are the kind of things that I do procrastinate on, and they're just things that I dream of doing, and that I just think I will never have the time. I just don't know how to do it, and I just I don't bother doing it at all. And I'm breaking that wall down, and I'm just saying, no, life is now. I want to do it now. And I'm loving it. So this is why I'm sharing these videos. I am by no means a professional dressmaker, sewer. Obviously, I've just told you I am a complete new beginner. So these videos are for pure enjoyment for yourselves and to share with you what I'm doing. And I do just love the feel of hand sewing. Hand sewing is something very beautiful, but the machine is very, very useful, and learning to use a sewing machine is something I've always wanted to do. And it actually isn't as difficult as I was expecting it to be, because in my mind I was thinking it's going to be so difficult, it's going to be complicated, I won't know how to do it. And actually, once I sat down at the machine, I felt like I belonged. This is where I belong. This is another place for me, not just the only place, but I mean, this is a place where I have found my happy place, which is with my machine and using beautiful material and creating things. And it's a real sense of purpose and joy, and that's the only way I can explain it. So I'm totally learning at the moment. Everything is new. All the techniques I'm doing are really just pushing myself out there, even though I've never done it before. I just think, well, it can't be that hard. I'm just going to do it and get on with it.
What's the technique you're doing at the moment?
It's a real Victorian, traditional Victorian technique, and it's put in the vial, or the bia. In French it's a bia. In English I think it's bial.
Right.
Bial. And it's like putting an extra piece of like ribbon on the hem like this.
Oh, okay.
To protect the bottom of your hems. So it was all about preserving your skirts and the material and stuff like that.
Okay.
So to prevent any wear and tear going on your nice material, they'd put all these kind of extra ribbons and things.
Okay, so it's like protecting the edges then?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
So that's what I'm doing. And I wasn't sure whether to put one on or not, actually, because it looked nice without it. But then when I started to pin it on, and then I was like, I'm going to just do it because it's in keeping with the whole method and the technique that was used for these cartridge skirts. So I just thought, I'm just going to do it and go with it. And I'm really glad I did, because like it just looks really nice. It looks so good. It looks finished, and it looks how it should look. So, and it's just giving it a different kind of finish.
I like it. Good.
And I can't wait to get it finished, but it's not going to be finished yet. YouTube videos have been helping me a lot. So I do go to YouTube videos and find different sources of people who are really well experienced, you know, people who know what they're doing, and they're brilliant. So thank you to all those YouTubers out there. Keep doing what you're doing, because it's so helpful for people like me who want to learn and are just basic beginners, but we get so inspired by what you do. And I can think of like Bernadette Banner. Okay, I've just discovered her channel. What a channel. I am totally addicted to her channel. I want to learn everything. I want to try everything. I love all the petticoats, all the different uses of laces and organza materials, and all the different materials, making them into something that I can wear. But I was just going to say, what I'm learning at the moment doing this is that the machine is doing the sewing for me. It's the machine that sews for you when you're using a sewing machine. So you don't really need to push the material through or force it. I mean, it might look like I'm pushing it through, but it's because there's so much material here. So when you're dealing with such a big volume of material, you have to help direct the material through the machine. But I'm trying not to push it and pull it through.
You let the machine do the work?
Yeah, because it's the machine that's doing it, and it actually goes across, it feeds it. It does actually feed itself through. Otherwise you could actually upset the machine and it can get stuck. I mean, I have done some by hand on this skirt, which is, has been lovely to do by hand. It's just a whole other experience, really. So what I do when I've got a lot of material like this, and you're working with a lot of material, heavy material, I like to have a chair next to me, and I put the material, like a lot of the material, onto the chair so that it can take the weight, and then I can just sew more comfortably through the machine like that. And it's a good little tip, that, so you don't have all your material just falling and dropping all over the floor, and then it pulls on the needle on the machine. So it's a good little tip.
That's a clever idea. I like that.
Yeah, it works well. I hope you've enjoyed the update video today. Basically, I still need some more time to finish this skirt because there's still quite a bit to do. But I'm really happy with how it's turning out right now. And I think, the hemming is looking beautiful. There we go. I think it looks really good. And so far so good. It's such a lot of material, but it's because it's going to be a very kind of swishy skirt. So when you move, it's really going to move, all the panels will really swish around, and I just love the sound of that. I love skirts like that. So in order to finish this skirt, I need to buy, because I don't have any, but I need to buy some linen thread and some beeswax, because I need to wax the thread. Because the way the cartridge skirts are made, it's kind of a long in and out stitch that you do, and then you pull it tight, and it makes all the gatherings around and the pleats around the waist. So you need a good kind of sturdy thread so that it doesn't break and your thread doesn't break, so you can use it and it's nice and sturdy and hard wearing. So I'm going to be looking for some thread basically, and seeing if I can find any in the sewing shops around here. So I am learning along the way. It's a really interesting learning journey. And when I do get the thread, I will begin the whole actual cartridge pleating part of the skirt, which is going to be quite interesting. And I'm looking forward to that part, because that means that we would have finished the bottom hem, we would have finished most of the skirt, and it would just be the top part of the skirt, and then fixing maybe a little zip or maybe some buttons for the opening, so I can actually get in and out of my skirt. So that is something I will have to do. Overall, I'm happy with the progress. I'm going at a steady pace. These videos are, I couldn't have done this all in one video. It would just be impossible. It would take me forever, and I don't know how long. So I'm just doing it bit by bit, stage by stage. And obviously I'm making mistakes. I'm not doing things maybe as perfectly as I could maybe do, but that's all part of the learning process. And it means that when I do this again, I will do it even better next time. And, but it's gonna work. It will work out. And, I could have chosen a stitching along my hem that was the same colour as my billet, but it doesn't matter to me. My son said, who's going to look that closely at your skirt? So I was like, yeah, you're right, I won't bother with it. But when you do things the second time round, you do them a bit differently and you learn from your mistakes, and but I'm really enjoying it. We have had quite a bit of snow actually last week, and we had some power cuts due to the snow. We had at least 20 centimetres, I think, of snow on the ground. So as you can see, we've got some lovely snowy pictures from out our window, and but I can gladly say the snow has actually melted. So yeah, but we did enjoy that. But we did have some power cuts, and the power cuts did delay somewhat the videos. There we go, everybody. I hope you're all going to have a lovely week ahead. Sorry the video was out a bit late, but thank you if you got this far in the video. Thank you so much for staying with me and enjoying the videos. I hope you enjoy them. Don't forget to like and subscribe my videos, and I really appreciate all of you that do. It really helps the channel out. It motivates me to do more, and I always love reading your comments. So thank you so much for all of that, and I shall see you all in the next video. Okay, take care everyone. Bye.